left our party, you guys had woken up after seeing the Dullahan outside the night before. And you had been requested by Lena to go find the Moonwater Lilies, which are at a drop-off towards the coast, which is, if I am remembering correctly, should be to the west of where you currently are.
Sure.
I believe you were starting your day in the morning.
You know that canonically, can the coughing just be the sound of one of the villagers in the background?
Yes. I'm providing ambiance.
It's really a commitment to the story.
Committing to the bit. Yeah. Question: did we sleep in our masks?
Yes.
Okay. Kitasha will do like a little sleepy wake up and then realize that something is on her face and try and tear it off before realizing what it is. And that is how she wakes up.
Poor Kitasha.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everybody. Are you feeling ready to head out shortly, or is there any prep work that anyone needs to do?
The faster I can get this off my face, the faster I'll feel better.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, let's find some flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get, by way of reminder, did we get a description of what, if the approximate location and also the appearance? We know what we're looking for.
Sorry, I have no ability to mute myself here. Yes. So Lena gave you a map last night, and she left you a descriptive little page. I'm going to quickly go into the channel here to post it for you guys to see, and then I will give a verbal description. Hold on.
Okay, holding on.
Back. Here we go. All right. So the flower as sketched out that you see is a very vibrant light blue petals and a sort of lily, given the name, that fade into a white and seem to be almost sparkly, if you can go off the sketch like that. And it appears to have dark green stems with dark green spiked leaves that seem to have some form of dew or something. You're not quite sure just from the picture what this little watery substance on the leaves is. But the petals curl in on themselves a little bit. Just very vibrant, and almost you can kind of see that the veins in the petals themselves almost look like water ripples. Then on the map, you can see that it is off to the far west from your current location, and they are marked on the map to be right on a drop-off towards the sea.
Right. I reckon we can head out shortly. And once you guys are feeling ready to go. But I think I'm agreeing with Katasha. I don't want to keep these masks on much longer. So yeah, this is it'll be good to act with haste, not only for our own sakes, but also for the village.
Sounds good.
Perfect. I'm glad we're in agreement. And Kitasha will do like a, Lena, we're leaving, bye! Like,
Alina, who is currently tending to some patients pouring potions into their mouths, gives a kind of thumbs up in the air behind her and continues treating patients. And you guys are able to leave the town center that you are currently residing in, out into the dusky green sky and dead, decaying landscape.
Well, this is
Yep.
only a little ominous.
Can I get some perception checks?
Perception.
Well, Kitasha doesn't. Kitasha certainly notices.
Yep, that's a total of
It's
24.
a 13.
Joe doesn't.
Actually,
Joe
wait, did
doesn't
that
notice.
upgrade? I don't think it upgraded, but I just want to make sure.
Not to brag, but last level up I gained a proficiency in perception, so that bumps me from a 2 to a 5.
Wow. Yep, it's just a d4 that I add to it.
Okay. So,
So still
Joe,
24.
Joe, you're just looking ahead, ready to go and ignore everything around you. Kitasha
This would be
and
much
Mako
easier.
notice the fact that on the ground you can see hoof prints burned into the soil of where the Dullahan had walked through. You can see it leading off in a direction more towards the east, and as it vanishes off into the woods. That's all
The
you
term,
notice.
out of curiosity, the term Dullahan, is that Anna knows. I know. That's Gaelic.
Mhm.
Is it canonically a different language?
I
Here?
would say
Is it
that
a language I know?
I would say that it is the actual Fey name of the creature.
So Sylvan.
Yes.
Is it Sylvan or is it the common pronunciation of the Sylvan word?
It's probably the common pronunciation of it.
Okay, I shall keep that to myself then.
Okay.
Because I do have heard Celtic woman
I just like that.
and
I
the
love
song
their
Dullahan
name.
Abuela.
But yes, the burn marks go off towards the east. And actually, Kitasha, you would notice this because you rolled high enough. As you're following those, you can notice actually there's quite a few different hoof tracks burnt into this ground, going in several different directions, but they seem to vary in age. Some are very faded.
Mm-hmm.
Joe is just standing directly into each one without realizing.
Yeah, Joe is just kicking up dirt, just covering each one on accident.
So, were there any hoof prints that weren't burned?
You can
Like if something
see.
had released our horses and we'd have to start walking?
So you do not see any hoof prints other than regular hoof prints, other than the ones of just where your horses came in and were placed in the stables.
Okay.
So, but yeah, do you guys go off to the west to try and find some flowers?
Mm. If it's far enough away, Katasha will grab one of the horses.
It's probably about a couple hours walk. 2-3 hours
We
walk
can-
from where you're at.
You can do a couple hours walk.
Should be fine, yeah.
Katasha will look at the horse for support as she has been outbid.
It just nudges you with its gas mask.
And this will probably sound very different, but Katasha blows it a raspberry back before following the Mako and Joe. It's
I would
probably the
like
equivalent of like
I would like,
through the
like
mask.
everyone to remember that Kitasha's gas mask is a demasking goat,
Hmm.
and it's just a beautiful image in my mind.
Of just
Mm-hmm.
blowing air at each other.
It's truly, truly beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you guys are gonna enter into the woods, how are you planning to travel? Are you planning to just waltz right through? Are you planning to be careful in your trek? Are you planning to be stealthy? What's your plan?
I don't think we've gotten a reason to be stealthy yet necessarily, but I think we can still be cautious.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Just be on like active perception the whole time, trying to. We can do stealth if we pick something up, but there's no reason to be stealthy yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna trademark this now. It's copyright. OC, do not steal. We're gonna wapot our way through,
We'll pop.
walking oh walking with active perceptions of traps.
Ah. Good choices.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, as you are going through, go ahead and just for, following the map and trying to get through this area, go ahead and each give me a survival check.
Oh, good thing I can add that D4. Here we go.
It's an 11 for me.
Ah.
Look at
There we go.
Joe! Look
13.
at Joe!
13
Joe!
total.
Joe is just leading the pack here. You think at some point maybe Joe did like hiking with his daughter. Maybe he's an avid, one of those dads that takes their kids hiking all the time. Maybe that's
Or
Joe.
maybe he's just the only one who reads maps. I'm pretty sure out of all of us, all three of us, Joe would be the only one to like go outdoors with a map.
It's true. So yeah,
Mako
Joe.
sighs as she looks at her cartographer's tools proficiency.
Mako's good at making maps. Mako's not good at following maps.
Mm-hmm.
I can accept that.
But yeah, you guys are slowly making your trek through. The terrain is pretty rough. There's a lot of gnarled roots that are poking out of the decaying soil where it's receded and turned to dust. You do pass some bones. If you want to figure out what animals' bones they are, you can roll a perception check to inspect them, but just some piles of bones.
Perception or nature?
Either or, whatever you
Or
prefer.
medicine?
Probably not medicine. Let's go with the other two.
You know what? Because it'll be funny, because I have a -1. We'll do nature.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Oof.
It's a
You
big
know what?
bone.
That's a big
It's a
bone.
big bone for a tiny creature.
I know. What creature could possibly use this? Mako, just with a passive perception check, you know that this is very clearly a deer femur in the pile, as well as a couple other, deer carcassy bones. But man, Kitasha is enraptured by this thing, trying to think, oh, this poor little rat with giant bones.
The sickness! It deforms their body. The bones are supposed to be round. And this is straight.
Kitachi in here like a mid-century archaeologist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right up here with my medieval drawing of what a unicorn looks like? Absolutely.
Just to ask, the bones, do they look like they've it's where a creature has died, decomposed, and collapsed. So it's like all in the same layout of a body, or does it look like something's been like eaten in the bones and been like discarded? Maybe.
They are not in the layout of a body that's just decayed.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's a
They're
rat.
kind of piled together.
Okay.
Do you wish to inspect them further?
Yeah, I might try and see if I can detect any like what would might have caused this. Whether there's like any anything left on the bones, or yeah, whether the deer was just trying to be tidy. I don't know. I got to try and figure that out.
Sure. Go ahead with a nature check, or we'll give that one an investigation since you're really getting in there.
Yeah, I could investigation. That's 25.
Yeah, so as you're looking through, you realize that not all of this would be deer. There's actually quite a few creatures' bones in this pile. They have been picked clean, and you're very happy to be wearing the gloves that Lena gave you because they are awfully slimy. It's a clear saliva-esque slime on these bones.
Joe, do you see what happened to this poor rat's toes? And Kitashi will just hold up like a fully intact hoof. This poor rat,
I
it
reckon
grew too fast.
I don't want to alarm any of you, but I am concerned that this is the work of the ravens.
No, this is clearly a rat that got sick. Its bones grew too big.
It just popped.
It just
This
popped
disease
like an
is
overripe cherry.
well, if we don't want that to happen to us, we should probably make sure we keep our masks on.
I'd like to breathe.
Me too.
Breathing's nice.
Oh, underrated has died.
The sky turns slightly and falls a little bit and then rights itself.
It's like all of
As you see in the
God portrayed in
background,
Monty Python.
the background as the curtain is slowly put back into place.
Like 400 people clad in, the black outfits to the stagehands, like just fixing everything.
You see a pair of eyes peeking through and just
It's just fucking Gonzo from the Muppets fighting curtains.
accurate at this point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Also,
there's an epidemic of exploding rats that are growing far too large.
maybe that's not as far off as you think. Who knows? Do you all continue on from the bones, or do you want to inspect anything else in this area?
Continue on probably, but not taking it slow, looking out for more bones or any other clues maybe.
There are a couple more piles that you can see kind of more in the distance through the brush, but nothing on the direct path that you're leading. You do, though, I'm going to give this to you for your very good survival check earlier. You do hear rustling ahead of you. What do you do?
Hold up the universal symbol for stay quiet. Slow down and hope that everybody can also hear it.
Ahead of you. You see something start to walk out of the bushes.
Is it Shia LaBeouf?
Roll me a stealth check, everyone.
Yeah,
It's
I was gonna
Shia
say
LaBeouf.
I'm pressing up against the nearest tree for sure.
I have disadvantage on this.
I've got disadvantage too, so I'm gonna see if I can roll lower than a 2.
Oh, I'm the
13.
only one. I'm the only one who could possibly roll straight, and I got an 11. I don't think I have anything that I can.
When the decaying zombie deer walks out of the bush, it does not notice Kitasha or Mako, but it looks at Joe straight on.
I start trying to shoo it like.
Its eye, one eye is just gone, and the flesh is torn away from it as its skull is clear through one side. One antler is shattered off, the other one is standing quite tall. Its flesh is almost a greenish hue. The skin on one of its feet is completely gone, down to the bone. And it stares at you as foam begins to drip from its mouth. Green and pussy and frothing.
I don't like that. I'm gonna look at Kutasha and say, "Is that normal for a deer in these
It
like this
charges
far
you.
out of time?" Okay, I'm gonna shoot it.
Alright, make an attack.
All right, go on, dice. 15 to hit.
Alrighty, that will hit. Roll me some damage.
Oh yeah. That's 9 points of piercing damage.
You hit it directly in the head and it falls to the ground. Just a few, maybe a foot or two away from you.
Ooh, I'll take a step back.
As it begins to stand again.
Mm. I said to the deer, I'd prefer if you could just leave me alone. That would be nice. The good news is, this thing runs on magic, so I can do this for a while. And I'll ready my. Sorry.
It opens its mouth and lets out.
Mm.
And it charges you again. Roll initiative.
Oh boy, this is.
Is anyone else interacting with this deer?
It's a 10 for initiative.
All right, Joe, you start. The deer is charging at you again.
I guess I'll just unload another 2 shots. First one's an 18
Yep.
to hit.
That'll hit.
For 14 damage.
Mhm.
Second one, 22 to hit for 9 damage. Man, this pistol's way better than the spear.
You've broken off one antler completely, and it falls to the ground prone again. All right, Hitasha. Oh, go ahead.
So sorry. Just as the bonus action, I will summon Hercules to my side, and he is it. How close is it to me? The deer, I mean.
It was charging at you again from not very far away, so it is probably about a foot away from you.
Oh wow. Okay. All right, and then with it that close, then I'll have yeah, I'll have Hercules do a little attack roll as well. So I'm just trying to find his stats. Here we go. 7 to hit. Cracking up the physical dice for this one. Cha-cha. Okay, I'm rolling good. 16 plus 7 to hit. So I think that will probably do it. For 1d8, which is this one. That's another 9 damage, force damage from Hercules, and then I'll make sure we're staying within 5 feet of each other.
Okay. Let's go over to Kitasha. The deer is currently prone with Hercules bite. Where is Hercules attacking it? Where on its body?
So I think it's just a full headbutt and just like slamming. Probably. You said it was lying down, so
Yeah,
I guess just
it
into
was
its
prone
sides,
when you
maybe?
shot it.
Yeah. So probably just headbutting its side or something.
Okay. What would you like to do, Kitasha?
You see, the fun thing about Kitasha's build
Is that Hercules is gonna take some damage?
is that Hercules look up like a mallet. And it's prone.
Yes.
So advantage on melee, but disadvantage on ranged.
Yes.
Does that apply
Don't
to
forget
spell
it.
attacks?
Yeah, does that really affect spells though?
Generally it
DM
does.
with
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just across the board.
Yeah, because spells are still. I mean, it doesn't affect saving throw spells, but spells that are ranged spell attacks or melee spell attacks, it will affect.
Right. Yeah.
Good to know.
All right. Well, Kitasha will go up to the deer and hope that this works. We'll cast Shocking Grasp. Does a 9 hit?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
great.
Zombies are notoriously easy to hit.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That is
Kitasha. It lights up when you do this into a vibrant purple-blue flame as soon as you hit it with this shocking grasp. The electricity from it immediately catches the decaying, dried flesh on fire as it begins to burn the body away, and we leave initiative because Kitasha has remembered
Oh.
that the only way these things die, at least according to Lena, is to burn them.
Ah.
And their skin, as you have now learned, is dry enough that electricity will also spark a fire.
Ooh.
Does Joe have a way of dealing lightning or fire damage?
If you're asking me, says, not normally. I have access to radiant damage, and I can heat metal. So I figure I can probably heat metal the bullets that I'm firing into it, or something like that.
Also,
So that may or may not work, depending on what the sky says.
A crow flies by laughing.
It's been narrating this whole time. Uh,
I realized that my
Yeah, so-
my only option is I have a torch and tinderbox.
Does Joe have the fantasy equivalent of hairspray?
he doesn't have hair, or at least not in the traditional sense. He's got like wiry. It's kind of like just metal.
So here's a question.
Hmm.
2 parts. Would it work to? Michaela, would you allow Joe to cast heat metal on the blade of my glaive?
Yes.
Okay, so that's an option we could use. Alternatively, would you allow me to wrap the end of my glaive with like the torch, like oil rags, in order to be able to light it up?
I am all for creativity because
Okay.
I also threw you into this with no explanation that you might need fire. So,
Yeah.
you know what?
All right. In that case, while we're moving, I'm going to break down one of my torches and wrap the oil rags around the probably the butt of my my glaive.
Perfect.
I guess usually I know some DMs rule that a sword is like you're going to be so close to the source of the heat, like that you as the wielder of a heat metal sword would still take a bit of damage, but like I think a glaive is so long, the sharp bit would be quite far from you.
Yeah, I think the other concern would be damaging the weapon, but my glaive is technically magical because it's uncommon. So I don't think we have to worry about that.
All right. Well, I should be able to give that to you when the time comes.
If you ever need to
I
deal with a bunch of zombies, or you can do that combo.
I do have a potential thing I can give you to support if necessary, but I don't know how much damage these things do. So let's just take this one carefully and cautiously.
All right.
Huh?
All right.
How's Kitasha feeling after setting a deer on fire and not expecting that? Oh no, I think
I'd be sad later. And Katasha.
be sad later. That's fair.
Mhm.
By the way, even the bones have burnt away.
Leaving an unusual shaped pile.
No,
Oh no, like they're fully
Everything.
just gone.
they're gone. Everything has turned to ash and vanished.
That's a strong spell.
And Katasha will look at her hands and back at Joe. You've seen me cast this before.
Not on a zombie deer.
I mean, not against zombie deer, but anyway, let's keep going so I can take off my mask.
I have to ask because does Kitasha think that the edge of this clearing is where she can take her mask off?
Oh yeah,
Oh, sweetheart.
Katasha is claustrophobic and just wants to get away from the village because that's where all the sick people are. She just
Um,
needs that good sea air.
As you continue on, you can hear the sounds of the waves crashing against rock.
Nice.
And just to be yeah. You don't run into anything else in the woods, you don't hear anything else, and Joe continues to lead you forward. As you break through the tree line to still more green sky and green clouds and brown clouds and still dead plants but along this cliff's edge you see vibrant blue as you see these flowers that seem to sparkle and glow amidst the gloom as they just seem to sway lightly back and forth. It's quite a few of them, actually. It's probably a good, 10-foot radius of flowers all along the sharp cliff that just drops down to the ocean.
How far
Alright,
down are
so
the flowers?
The flowers are right at the edge of the cliff. So you can walk up to them, but if you were to walk too far, you're going to just fall into the sea.
just
Okay.
tread carefully and look after each other. Do we have a? I don't believe we have a bag of holding, do we?
No.
All right. Well, if we have just try and store as many of these in our packs as we can carry, reasonably. Maybe if two of us start gathering the plants while the third one stays on watch.
As Joe is explaining, Katasha's already like taking off her backpack, taking off her boots, and is walking to the edge of the clearing. And when she's maybe like 10 feet from the edge, she'll start crawling on her belly, kind of like how you do when you're like walking across ice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, walking across ice. But yeah, we'll just kind of make her way over to where the flowers are.
Alrighty. Do you begin picking them?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Roll me a survival check.
Survive.
Mako, are you more comfortable keeping watch or picking flowers?
I can keep watch. I think I can
Alright, I'll go support Katasha.
16
Alright.
total.
Joe, you need to pick a flower.
Yeah.
Survival check. Gitasha,
Alright.
you're able to pluck the flower just right. It stays intact and you can place it into your bag as it continues to glow even while separated from the stem.
I'll watch what Katasha does and try and copy it exactly. With a 3.
Oh, Joe, you always roll the perfect thing. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of you, Joe, as this flower dies in your hand and withers and crumples. And you three need to roll initiative really quick. Don't worry about it.
Worries.
I look down
No
at my
worries with my
crumpled.
10.
I look at my crumpled flower and I look at your nice glowing flower. I say, I think you picked one of the good ones. My one's a bit moldy. It's a bit old.
Okay, let me just write out a couple things here. What was that? Mako also has that. Okay, and then Tasha. Okay, yeah. Continue picking flowers. First round, Joe, you're first. Do you pick another flower?
I wonder if I think we'd better to go at half speed but work together. So, using the help action and a mage hand, I think I will just try and give Katasha advantage rather than because I've got a +0 to the old survivals, so I think that my time would be better spent just helping someone else.
Okay. You can do that. We skip. Okay, Mako, it's your turn. What do you do?
I think I'm just perching up on my glaive. Oh,
You sense nothing wrong,
yeah,
other than Joe just destroyed a flower.
just gonna keep looking. Try and
Okay.
sense anything I can.
All right. Kitasha, are you going to continue picking flowers?
Yep.
Give me another survival check.
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so it's either 12 or 11. So we're going to keep the 12 with
Yep.
the d4, so a total of 13.
Yep, you're able to pluck that flower. It stays nice and glowing and vibrant, and you can place it in your bag. I will allow you to pick 2 flowers this turn, if you'd like to pick
Yay.
another.
Yes. Still with advantage?
Yep.
Okay, so 15 or, excuse me, ma'am, I need to get to my computer. Excuse me, thank you. Keep the 15.
Mhm.
That's
You
a
pluck another.
d4. So 18.
Alrighty, you pluck another. Let's actually say you pluck another 2 flowers at that. So you've got a total of 5 flowers currently in your bag.
Yeah.
It's back to you, Joe.
Do I, as a player, know why we've rolled initiative?
No.
Okay, well, in that case, Joe wouldn't either. So there's no reason in
You have
preparing any
no
spells.
reason to even know, really, that you're in initiative order right now. There's nothing to worry about, Joe.
In that case, I'll give Katasha advantage on the next I'll just keep it that help action.
Okay. Mako, what do you do?
Just in case, I will remind you that I blind sight 10 feet. So, if there's something invisible or something like underground, I can potentially see it if it's within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
Just to remind you. I'm gonna keep looking, being on watch.
Is that all you do? You just keep watch?
I feel that's all I can do right now.
Alrighty. Kitasha, it's your turn. Do you keep picking flowers?
Here we go, flower time. Yeah, we'll keep that advantage because that was
Oh,
a nat
yes.
1. So we'll just go ahead. That's a nat 20, so
Oh, you get
23
good.
plus 3, so 26 total.
You're able to pluck 5 more flowers with that. You have a total of 10 flowers in your bag.
All right, and Katasha will turn to Joe. Did Lena say how many she wanted?
Do I recall? I guess we probably shouldn't pick all of them because otherwise there would be no flowers. So maybe we just pick like good amount.
Are we like halfway through the flowers, or?
No, there's quite a few flowers. They were densely packed into this 10-15 radius area along the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I reckon that we can get like more than 10 is probably good to aim for.
All right.
All right. Joe, it's your turn.
Again? Okay. Nothing happened?
Nothing for. I thought it's Mako.
No, initiative roll. Joe rolled a 19, Mako rolled an 18, and you rolled a 10.
Okay. I
So
couldn't
it's
remember if
Joe's.
Mako went before me.
Yeah. What do you do, Joe?
I don't know why you asking me. I
Stop flashing everybody.
I just keep helping.
Okay. Mako, it's your turn. I would like a perception check from you, Mako.
Absolutely. None.
You don't notice anything, Mako. You do anything else on your turn?
No.
All right. Kitasha, it's your turn. Would you like to keep picking flowers?
Nothing terrible is going on there.
No.
Yep, we'll keep that dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
And D4. All right, 21.
All right. You get about 3 flowers with that one.
Mm-hmm.
You have 13 flowers in your bag. Joe, it's your turn.
Okay. I glance over at Mako. Does Mako seem to be just chilling?
Yeah. I mean, she's just she's perched up on, like, she's planted her glaive in the ground and is like perched up on top of it.
Okay. I'll just keep that advantage going because it seems to be working.
I would like to ask, Joe, are you also on your belly with Kitasha as she's picking these flowers?
Probably not that, like probably like crouched, like kind of on one knee type, just just to the side of Katasha.
Okay.
Oh, he's very sturdy. I just want to. He's a really, really good center of gravity. If if I had to describe it in a word, it would be really hard to shove off a cliff.
If I had to phrase it.
Okay, let's go to Mako.
No, I don't know. I don't know why, but something is telling me that we need to check on the ones you put in the bag already.
Mako, it's your turn. Would you like to roll a perception check?
Yeah, I definitely will. Nope, that's a 7.
Mako doesn't notice
These
anything.
digital dice suck.
Kitasha, unless Mako has anything else that she'd like to do.
Not really.
All right, Kitasha, it's your turn again. What would you like to do?
I think Katasha would like to take a break from picking flowers just to like look and listen to the ocean.
Okay. The
I would
Give
do
ocean.
advantage on listening to the ocean.
I will do a perception
Excellent. Go for it.
to look and listen. It's a dirty 20 plus 4, so 24.
Oh, Kitasha, I'm so proud of you. As you go to look and listen at the ocean, you suddenly realize that the edge of the cliff looks weird. Not the cliff itself, but the air along the edge of the flowers, off the edge of the cliff, looks weird. It looks almost like waves rippling. But you can kind of look around it, but you're not quite sure what you're looking at, as the sky itself seems to ripple. Would you like to roll me an Arcana check?
Oh, with my -1, you bet your ass. Let's see here. There we go. Oh no, +2.
Ooh!
I got that with Prodigy. 19.
You
Does the
suddenly
sky blink
remember.
at me?
The sky does not blink at you. It is not staring back. But you do remember a warning from Kiza that, according to Lena's letters, the veil between the Fey wilds and your own plane seems paper thin, and that things keep passing through. And as you think that, you see what looks like a black paw push suddenly through out of nothingness and onto the field of flowers.
Mm.
And then another one, as what almost looks like not in a gruesome way, but kind of a dog with no face. No skull, it's just a round, black, hairless dog, round face. But as you look closer, as it steps out, and Kitasha, are you still laying on the ground or have you stood up at this point?
Yutasha is probably beginning to push herself upwards. Like up and back. Like when you're laying on your belly and you push yourself into like a child's pose.
As this thing looks out at you, well, you'd say look, but it doesn't have any eyes, and you suddenly see lines on its face, and its face is opening into a full blooming flower head as tendrils spread out, and from no mouth at all, it shrieks at you.
Mm.
Joe, it is your turn in initiative.
Hmm. He looks at his character sheet slowly. Look, how far away is this thing from me?
It is like a foot away.
It is in bonking range.
Do I get the impression that this is similar to the zombie deer in the sense of like physiology, or this is something completely alien?
This looks nothing like the zombie deer.
Okay. I okay. So I'm just looking through spells and trying to figure out the most useful thing here. I'm going to. Yep. If it's that close, I'm going to take a step back and try and get some distance between it, accepting the possible risk of an opportunity attack. If it wishes to make one, it will be with disadvantage thanks to my Hercules.
Yeah. Let's see here. 20.
That a nasty natty?
The first one was.
Okay.
The second one was a natty. So that's 27 to hit you, Joe.
That'll just hit.
Mm-hmm. As a claw grows from its foreleg and swipes at you.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here real quick. Where's my trusty dice as we're getting my metal dice out for this. All right, you take 7 damage.
That was what
And
I
I
was
would like
hoping
you
would.
to make a con save.
Okay. Constitution. 18.
Alrighty. Good to know.
Okay. All right. So that was just me taking one step backwards. So now I'm out of
Yep.
its melee range. I will continue stepping back until I'm like 20 feet back, probably like a good distance. Already backing up past Mako, and then I'm gonna try something where using my bonus action, I'm going to cast something called Branding Smite. Which means my weapon does an extra 2d6 radiant damage. Can't become invisible, and the creature will shed light in a 5-foot radius. So, assuming I hit with my pistol.
Okay.
So a glowy bullet fires for a total of 11. Does that hit?
Joe?
Yep.
We talked about this with the pistol. Roll me a d6.
So it jams?
Roll me a d6.
Oh, yes. So, 1 dice. Oh, that's a 1.
Your pistol backfires and jams.
That's the opposite of what I wanted to happen. For my second, basically, I'm gonna get
It will
real
take
silly
a
with this one.
full action to get your pistol back in working order.
So, I don't know if you'll allow this because it's very silly. I've got the spell that's active. It just says on the next attack that hits, it does the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, at least it's not lost, which is good. Can I throw my gun to try at the creature? Just this jam's gun, and just like nope, and just try and hit it like that. Or would that be really daft?
I'm going to ask you a question really quick, Joe. How many guns do you have?
1.
Where are you currently located? I'm just giving you an option here because you are
Yeah,
currently the creature is standing on a sheer drop down into the ocean.
What's the odds of me rolling on that one here? I mean, it can't be more than 1 in 20, surely.
Well, if you miss, it's either going to end up in the ocean or in the Feywild. Which would you prefer?
Probably the ocean. I will, following the guidance given to me, I will hold that one. Oh dear, is there anything else I can do with the second half of my action? I do have not a lot. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the end of my turn. I don't think I can do anything with half an action.
Okay.
I guess I can maybe start trying to unjam the weapon.
Yeah, I'd let you start trying to.
Alright, cool.
And it'll take into part of your next action to finish unjamming it.
Yeah, that's kind.
Guess what?
Mm.
The Bloom dog rolled next highest. And as it continues stepping through the flowers, you all notice that the flowers under it begin to wither and die and seem to be absorbed their color into the Bloom dog as its face grows more and more vibrant of a color. And it's going to... Oh, who's closest? I think it's Kitasha.
Nope,
Or the
can't be
Steel
her.
Defender. It's either her or the dog.
It's probably Kitasha. It's gonna take a swipe at you with its claws. Okay. Does a 17 hit? For Kitasha. Yes.
So awake.
You're so awake.
So awake.
17.
17 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that hits.
Alrighty. You are gonna take 6 damage from that one. And make me a con save really quick.
All right, 6 and a con save. Oh, good, that's a 7. So that's a 12 for con.
That's okay. That's still enough. And then suddenly its back seems to open. And there is a plume of blue that erupts from it as spores. And I'm going to need another con save from all 3 of you. Well, actually, Joe's probably far enough back that he can avoid this. So just... Good. Good job. That is some good roll.
We strong women.
You are able to not breathe in the blue spores along its back. And from there, it's Mako's turn.
All right. I'm jumping in.
Mako's, tag me in, coach.
All right, time to do what I do best. Hopefully.
Kill my monster in your first turn.
I'm not going to do that much, I don't think. All right. How big is this thing?
So this is a medium creature.
Oh, perfect. All right. First things first, I get 2 attacks, so I'm gonna hit him twice with my glaive. That's a 21 to hit and a 23 to hit.
Those will hit.
And then I'm going to get 14 slashing damage and 9 slashing damage. And then on top of one of those, I'm gonna trip him. So this would be a strength saving throw, DC 16.
Okay. It makes it.
Alright, it still takes an extra d8 of damage, so that's 8 more damage. And then, Polearm Master, I'm gonna smack him with the butt of my my thing. Probably not for 12.
No, a 12's not gonna hit.
Figured so. Alright.
Me trying to calculate how much damage you've already done here. Okay.
My total was scroll. Let's see, was 8 plus 9 plus 14, which is 31.
Perfect. Thank you.
62. And because of my glaive mastery, I am in the air over top of it.
Alrighty. How far in the air?
I think it's technically 10 feet. Let me double check. Glaive mastery. Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Okay. All right. It is now Kitasha's turn then.
All right. Let's see. At this point, Joe is... How far away is Joe?
I said about
Joe-
20 feet, like back.
Okay, cool. Cool. And how close is this thing?
This thing is right in front of you.
Okay, so definitely within 15 feet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So excuse me, cat. I need to get to excuse me. So Kitasha's gonna do what she does best. And we're going to fuck it. We're gonna cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level. So that is a Constitution 14 save. Can you not tangle up in my cords, please? Excuse me.
Okay. Okay. How much damage does it do?
Okay, so it failed.
Oh yeah. Oh, she
Okay,
done
so
be
it's
failing.
ooh, that's a beefy roll. So that is 29 thunder damage. Lightning damage?
Wait, what level
Can
spell is this?
you also roll me another 2d4?
Thunder damage. Okay. They are also pushed 10 feet away. You said 2d4?
Yes.
So that is a 3.
Okay. Where are you pushing them?
Oh, it's just away from me.
What direction?
You know, away. I'm assuming they're in my face,
They are.
and I am facing the ocean. So I am pushing them away.
Kitasha, I expected Mako to end the fight, not you. As you
You
shove the
expected the seasoned warrior veteran to finish this off, not the glass cannon.
sword, you shove it back through the veil as the veil opening closes.
Is it a partial re-entry into the veil?
It is a full re-entry as you shove this thing back where it came from, as the veil slowly closes behind it. And the fight ends.
Can I say that
Kitasha will blow a raspberry at it and go back to picking flowers.
I'd like to imagine that happened in the moment where Joe is just trying to frantically unjam his gun, so he's just staring and trying, and he looks up, it's just gone.
No, there would be a massive thunder crack. Yeah, there would definitely be a thunderous boom. Because it's audible for 300 feet, so just something explodes and then it's gone. I'm sorry, I ruined your fight.
Natasha, that was amazing. Not only was that an incredible use of that spell, but I think it's the first time you've managed not to hurt me and Mako with it. So,
Kitasha will like roll on her side a little bit to look back at Joe. I mean, it also seems like it's the first time you guys have realized not to stand so close to me when I cast that spell.
It's honestly quite hard to predict what you're going to do at any given moment.
Well, yeah, someone's got to keep you guys on your toes. And she'll roll back to her stomach and reach down to pick more flowers.
Okay. There are only a few flowers left. When that thing jumped out into the flowers, it seemed to suck the life out of a large majority of them.
How rude.
So there is probably about 5 flowers left of that whole grouping.
Should we try and leave 5 just for the sake of regrowing, or just pick what we can?
Here's the thing: if we don't fix this soon, we're not going to have anything to fix. So I don't think there's any value in leaving the flowers here if not bringing them means we can't fix it.
Maybe we'll just leave 1 just in case.
Or idea: why don't we take the flowers, roots and all? Let's just like dig up the actual roots so that we can, if we need to, grow more, we can grow them in a more convenient spot.
That's a really good idea. All right, I'll using my telekinesis, I'll try and like get 1 flower like separated and just kind of a giant clump of dirt around its base.
Okay.
All right.
Is there like a compartment in Hercules that can be a temporary flower pot?
Yes.
Does his
I'll quickly...
ear fold up into like a bowl?
Yeah. No, I'd like it to be a little flower coming out of his head because that makes me laugh. So yeah, I'll just do some like combination
He's
of
like a little
bendings.
chicken.
Yeah.
It's you open up a hatch because Hercules' head is empty.
Did you say it was 29 damage on the failed save, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Because I just realized Hercules was within 5 feet of you.
No, Hercules. I was saying Hercules followed you. That was how I took it.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I was gonna say
you had made a comment to him earlier. Your last order for him was to stick with you.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what I kept it as.
All right. In that case, he does not go through the portal.
You don't lose your dog. I'm not doing that.
Joe reloads his gun like John Wick. It's like, all right, DM just killed my dog.
Again.
All right. Yeah. Let's. I'll get it. So yeah, we can transport Flower inside Hercules. Oh, all right. We'll keep an eye out for any more of those things. Have either of you ever seen anything like what was happening at the edge of the cliff? The weird like rippling? I don't know what to call it. Have either of you come across something like that before?
I doubt it, but I'll roll if Michaela wants me to.
I don't think any of you would have encountered anything like this.
Okay.
Not even on a boat?
Kitasha, you could roll me
In
one,
the
'cause
ocean?
I think the ocean might have some more finicky things.
Mhm.
But go ahead and roll me one, especially because you were also the one who realized what it was.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Roll
History.
Yeah, let's go history.
Gotta get all rolled up in here.
All
History,
rolled up
-1. Well, that's a nat 20. So total of 19.
Oh, did my camera freeze?
Yeah, your camera is frozen on my end, at least.
Dang it.
It's not been for long. It just happened.
Yeah. Oh,
There we go. Okay.
There
we go.
You were frozen.
I was like, wow,
he's
he's doing some ventriloquy. Because it just froze with your mouth slightly open.
So Kitasha, while you hadn't seen it personally, you know quite a few people who experienced ripples along the sea that were not the water, as creatures that they described as water incarnate erupting from them, as what you would now know with more knowledge as water elementals breaking through the thin plane there. But it only has ever happened maybe once or twice to your knowledge. But that is something that you are vaguely aware of. Also, I would like you to know, Anna, that I let you do that because the Bloom dog rolled a 1 on its save.
Mhm. And the 2 OP, please, Nev.
But yes, so you have heard of nothing that matched this creature's description, but you had heard of water elementals breaking through, kind of similar rifts. Though you had assumed that the watery look to it, the ripple effect, to be a thing of the water plane. You didn't think that was just a every plane sort of situation.
Okay. Yeah. Kitasha will answer Joe's question about whether or not she's seen ripples before. And she'll tell a story, like the TLDR of it would be like, oh yeah, we thought like the waves were acting weird, but turns out the guy just had scurvy and really was looking for a woman and he found her in the water.
See, that wasn't exactly
Just like
what I was.
vaguely horrifying, but very anticlimactic.
Yeah, that was less what I was thinking. Although I would love to hear more stories in that vein. Once we get out of here, because that's hilarious. All right, should we head back to the place, or was there anything else that we needed to do while we were outside of the village? He says to the group.
Well, I would like to take off my mask still, but
I
it
don't
seems like
think
that's not something I get to do. So,
It's okay, when you go back to eat, you can take off your mask for 30 minutes with Lena, if she makes a bubble for y'all.
a whole 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help you?
if
Yeah,
only you
you.
were a construct, because then you don't need to breathe, and then you could just not need to wear a mask like Hercules.
Hercules, for once, seems to show an emotion, and it seems to be smug. It's the smuggest dog you've ever seen,
The
with a
slow head.
flower poking out of its head.
The slow head turn and just looking over his shoulder, like. Oh dear. All right. All right. Let's head back, but let's really watch out for anything that might. If I see anything larger than a zombie deer, I'll be deeply upset.
Who knows? Maybe I'll throw something at you.
Why is this guy looking at me?
This guy's looking back. How do
Wait.
you plan to walk back to the?
I guess cautiously, but with a bit more. I mean, we just took. Well, Katasha just took out a whole big flower dog bear, so I think I'm feeling pretty good about ourselves.
All right.
Hitasha will be a walking Wapot.
Mm-hmm. All right. Survival checks, everybody.
That's a 6.
Aha. 11.
What's Mako's?
Oh, I think you're muted.
Oh, we hear no David.
Is it going through your webcam again?
Hello? Oh no. David, wherefore art thou, David? Your video's working this time, but there's no audio.
David, how's your American Sign Language?
Oh no.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Hey.
there he is.
All right. I just switched my microphone away from and back to the thing, and now it works for some reason. All right. Well,
Okay. I need your survival check.
gotcha. 22.
Oh, good. Okay, Mako gets to lead the way back. Yeah, Kitasha is stumbling her way through the woods, and she is not quiet.
Nope.
But nothing comes after you. Do you make your way with Mako now in charge and is feeling good after that battle? Is like, I know the way back.
I did nothing.
Also, yeah, Joe, you have fallen multiple times on your face after rolling a 6.
After a point, I just I just hold onto a random part of Hercules and let him just drag me while I'm just sliding on my face. Just like it's easier this way. I just stay on the ground instead of falling.
That's fair. But slowly but surely, and the sun just barely starting to set, you manage to get back to the town, village.
All right, nice job, guys. Let's get these to Lena as soon as possible in case they need to be preserved or something.
With that in mind, we'll go ahead and end the session there.